So, I know people like Hanukkah, so we should really maybe talk about Hanukkah a little bit. And I have a Hanukkah story, and we have music, and I have my usual wooden pieces of challah and candles and all that other stuff so that we can do Shabbat without me messing things up at home too much. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm really glad you're here. So there's a song that's actually lots and lots and lots of people sing lots and lots of the time. That's a welcoming song that we haven't done yet. So I thought maybe we could do this one today. This will be the first time we've done it together. And that way I know that you've learned it. I know that I know it. And we can do it again in the future. So that song is Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Now there's a Shalom Aleichem that's specifically for Shabbat. That's not the one we're singing. It's Havenu Shalom Aleichem, which really has 3 words. Havenu, Shalom, and Aleichem. And you sing it in various ways. So let's go ahead and do that now as a way of kind of saying hi to each other. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. So, short song, pretty easy. Havenu, Shalom, and Aleichem. So let's do it one more time together to make sure that we know it. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom Aleichem. Havenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Aleichem. So that means we bring you greetings of peace. Havenu means we are bringing you, or let us bring. Shalom, peace, or hello. Aleichem, to you. Pretty easy, right? We're bringing peace to you. We wish you peace. Not hard. And a good idea, a nice idea. So we'll talk a little bit about Shabbat. We'll talk a little bit about Hanukkah. We'll talk a little bit about this. We'll talk a little bit about that. We do a lot of talking, it seems, and some reading and that kind of stuff. But before we get going, I want to ask you to grab your adult for a moment. Go grab an adult, grab your adult, somebody that, helps out with stuff at home. And okay, so adult, I'm going to assume you're there. So 2 things for you. 1, we have gotten in the habit in the Jewish world of saying that Hanukkah is not an important holiday. It's not a big deal. It's not a major holiday, blah, 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 blah. And that's true, and that's also not true. So here's what's true about it. Compared to Passover or Rosh Hashanah or Sukkot or Yom Kippur, right? Hanukkah doesn't have the day off kind of thing going on for it that makes it a major holiday in the traditional Jewish calendar. It's not a holiday that's on the biblical calendar, and so it doesn't get pulled forward. Okay, but, and I know all of that, but important holidays are the important holidays to you and the important holidays to us, right? Hanukkah is important because Hanukkah is important now. It didn't used to be as important. It is now. It became more important because we're trying to compete with Christmas maybe, 100 years ago, 75 years ago, 30 years ago, trying to compete with Christmas, whatever else. But Hanukkah is a holiday with its own message. It's a holiday with its own stuff. It's a holiday that happens in the winter at the same time that lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of cultures have winter holidays. Hanukkah is an important holiday. I'm just saying that so that we don't have to go through anymore well, it's not that important a holiday, but why do I feel like it's an important holiday. It's an important holiday to your kids. It's become more and more important in the Jewish world generally. It's fine to say Hanukkah is an important holiday. No, it's not as huge a holiday in terms of traditional observance as a lot of other holidays. But in America, Hanukkah is an important Jewish holiday. It might be the second most important Jewish holiday after Passover. So it's okay to call Hanukkah an important holiday. Now, for the kids watching, that doesn't mean that now you get to use Hanukkah as an important holiday to bargain for better, bigger presents. It just means that Hanukkah's an important holiday and we should stop saying it's not. Okay. So, I'm sitting on a chair, but now I'm off of my soapbox a little bit. So, we're talking about Hanukkah a little bit. We've got a Hanukkah story for us to look at today. And this is the other reason I kind of want you on camera a little bit. So, the book I'm reading today is Hanukkah with Nashi Boy and Friends. So, Nashi Boy means hungry boy. Nashi Boy has a number of other friends. This is the Matzo Ball books. Kvetchy Boy, complaining boy. Schmutzy Girl, she gets dirty, schmutzy. Klutzy Boy, he's clumsy. That's Nashi Boy there. And Schluffy Girl, Schluffy is a Yiddish word that means sleepy. So she's Sleepy Girl. Like, the Seven Dwarfs, but there's 5 of them and they're Jewish kids and it's cranky, dirty, clumsy, hungry, sleepy. No bashful or doc, sorry. And some of these books are pretty okay for humanistic Jews. So, I'm going to suggest take a look at the Nashi Boy books occasionally. Plus, they have, nice pictures and they're not too short and they also have enough text to, have some stuff in them. So, we're going to do Hanukkah with Nashi Boy and Friends. And this is Nashi Boy, and you can see Schluffy Girl, and Kvetchy Boy, and Schmutzy Girl. There's Nashi Boy, and Klutzy Boy. Right? We have all of our 5 friends. Okay. So here we go. Hanukkah with Nashi Boy and Friends. Each year at Hanukkah time, Nashi Boy hosts a party with his grandparents Bubby and Zadie. His family and friends get together to celebrate, listen to the story of Hanukkah, and eat special Hanukkah treats. And you can see Nashi Boy is Nashi, so Nashi Boy is already eating. At this year's party, Nashi Boy greeted his friends at the door. Hanukkah is the tastiest holiday of the year. Latkes, donuts, chocolate gelt. Come in. Of course, Nashi Boy would be interested in the food, right? We kind of know that that's going to happen. Schliffy Girl yawned. Happy Hanukkah, Nashi Boy. And then she headed straight to the couch for a rest. Kvetchy Boy sniffed and complained, Yuck. I don't like Hanukkah. It always smells like oil. It's a good thing, too, said Schleppy Boy. Schleppy Boy is somebody who drags stuff with him. There's another boy. Who knew? It's a good thing, too, said Schleppy Boy. I schlepped this 10-pound bag of potatoes in case we run out. You can never have too many latkes, says Nashi Boy. And here they are. There's Nashi Boy. Wait, where's fingers backwards? Nashi Boy and Schliffy Girl and Kvetchy Boy. And there's Schleppy Boy. Schleppy Boy has a 10-pound bag of potatoes in case they need to make more latkes. Schmutzy Girl walked out of the kitchen, her dress covered with donut jelly. Well, that's not surprising, right? She's Schmutzy Girl. Oh no, the party just started and I'm already schmutzy. Don't worry, a little schmutz never hurt anyone, comforted Bubby, coming to the rescue with a sponge. Hanukkah book in hand, Zadie took a seat in his armchair and the kids rushed to the living room to hear the story. On his way, Klutzy Boy tripped over a dreidel and stumbled into place. And here's Schmutzy Girl with donut jelly on her. And there's Clumsy Boy who's fallen and he says, Whoa, because he's just lost his dreidel. And you can see that Schliffy Girl is taking a nap on the couch. Because she's sleepy. Schliffy. Zadie read, in Jerusalem over 2,000 years ago, the Greek king Antiochus and his troops took over the temple and wouldn't let Jews be there. Kvetchy boy kvetched, I don't like King Antiochus. He sounds like a big bully. That's what the Maccabees thought too, Zadie said. Judah Maccabee led a small group of Jews to take the temple back, continued Zadie, turning the page. And these are all of the Greeks, and these are Nashi Boy and Friends as Maccabees. After years of struggle, the Jews finally won, read Zadie. I'm exhausted just hearing about it, said Schliffy Girl, yawning. Though they got the temple back, it was a mess. Sounds like my room sometimes, said Schmutzy Girl. Maybe they needed to clean it up. That's exactly what they did, said Zadie. And there is the temple, a big mess. And Nashi Boy and Friends is the Maccabees. And that's what they imagine the temple looked like. So there's grapes in the ark next to the Torah scroll, and the menorah has been knocked down. This is a 7-branch menorah, not the special Hanukkah menorah. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But the Maccabees noticed something was missing. I know, claimed Kepi Girl. Kepi is head, so Kepi Girl is the smart girl. There was barely enough oil to light the menorah for one night. Hanukkah would be a pretty silly festival of lights without light, joked Kibitzy Girl. Kibitzy is somebody who talks and jokes a lot. So a kibitzer is somebody who talks or jokes a lot. But the Maccabees noticed something was missing, continued Zadie. I know, exclaimed Kepi Girl. There was barely enough oil to light the menorah for one night. Hanukkah would be a pretty silly festival of lights without light, joked Kibitzy Girl. Zadie read on, but the oil lasted for 8 days and nights until new oil could be made. We talked about earlier this week that sometimes we tell stories that are fables, and this is one of them. The idea of the oil. And that's why we light candles for 8 nights of Hanukkah, concluded Zadie, closing the book. Joining them, Bubby added, and that's why we eat oily food. Come, my brilliant little Maccabees, the latkes are ready. The children thanked Zadie for reading the story and went to the festive table to eat. Schleppy Boy struggled under the weight of an overflowing platter of latkes, because I guess Schleppy Boy has to schlep latkes around too, and there they all are, having latkes, except for Schliffy Girl, who looks like she's going to fall asleep right in her plate. Schleppy Boy struggled under the weight of an overflowing platter of latkes. Please help yourself to jelly donuts and latkes with applesauce and sour cream. Yum, announced Nashi Boy. Schmutzy Girl said, I'm going to steer clear of the jelly. 1 squirt is enough for today. Klutzy Boy accidentally put his elbow in the applesauce. Oops, maybe I should have my latkes plain. Still tasty, and less to knock over. After they ate enough to fill their tummies, they gathered around to light the menorah and sing Hanukkah songs. Even Schliffy Girl woke up for the festivities. The party neared its end, but not before the kids played dreidel games with chocolate gelt coins as prizes. When it's Kvetchy Boy's turn, the dreidel landed on Gimel, and he won all the gelt. Happy to have won, Kvetchy Boy shared the chocolate with his friends and admitted, I guess Hanukkah isn't so bad after all. Not bad? Hanukkah is miraculous, said Kepi Girl. It's a miracle that jelly schmutz didn't stain my dress, Schmutzy Girl said. And it's nothing short of delicious, said Nashi Boy, licking chocolate from his lips. Tired and full, the kids left, happy that there were more nights of Hanukkah ahead. And you can see the menorah in the window. What night of Hanukkah is that? It's night number 2. So that was the second night of Hanukkah. Okay, so we should talk about some of the stuff that was in that book. Right? Okay, so if you've never had latkes before, latkes are potato pancakes, shredded potato with some onion, usually some flour, fried. They're like Jewish French fries a little bit. And they're not very good for you because they're like French fries. So the jelly donuts. Maybe you've never had jelly donuts on Hanukkah. So Hanukkah, there's the story of the oil. The story of the oil is really probably not true. But people eat oily foods to remember Hanukkah. And one of the oily foods people eat sometimes are donuts, because donuts are fried. And what they were eating are jelly donuts. In Israel, these are called sufganiyot, which just means jelly donuts in modern Hebrew. So it's another food that people eat on Hanukkah. And sometimes people eat other foods that are fried on Hanukkah, like blintzes, crepes with some cheese and some fruit in them, but you fry those sometimes. So people will eat all kinds of different fried foods on Hanukkah to remember the holiday and to remember the story of the oil. Really, 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 truly, we don't know. The thing about the oil gets told long after the events of Hanukkah. Maybe it was made up. We don't really know. But it's a story that we tell. It's one that we remember, and it helps us remember the other stuff about Hanukkah, that there was a time when people tried to keep Jews from using the temple, and they had to fight a war to get it back. It turns out that the Maccabees, the people who fought that war, were not the nicest people and didn't make very good leaders over the long haul. But we remember them for working to get the temple back. So, like Passover, Hanukkah is one of these holidays that kind of, in some ways, is about celebrating freedom too. Okay, so we talked about Hanukkah. We talked about how Hanukkah is an important holiday. If your adult is still listening, remind them that Hanukkah is an important holiday. The rabbi said so. And now we still have Shabbat to do. So, let's do a little bit of Shabbat. So we did a new song today, Haveinu Shalom Aleichem. So we'll do a song now that is a song that we know as a Shabbat song. So we'll do Bim Bam Shabbat Shalom. Bim Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Bim 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 Bam, Chiri Biri Biri Bim Bam, Bim 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 Bam. Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom. Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim, bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Chiri, biri, biri, bim, bam. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Okay, so we've said hello, we've had our story, we've sung a little Shabbat song. Bim Bam's not a big Shabbat song, it's a little Shabbat song. But we have to actually do some Shabbat stuff, right? So for a lot of people, it's not Shabbat without candles and without challah and without wine or grape juice or something like that. So I have my usual wooden set of no mess, no muss, no fuss, Shabbat stuff. So let's take a look at my Shabbat stuff. I've got, my wooden candles and wooden candlesticks. I've got my wooden Kiddush cup for wine, and I've got my wooden bottle of, there's nothing in there, can't pull the top off, fake wine. And I've got my 2 loaves of not really challah wooden blocks, right? So I've got all of my stuff for Shabbat. Take a chance, if you have it, to get your stuff for Shabbat. So if you've got something around to drink, something around to use for candles, they don't even have to be real candles, right? I don't have real candles. A couple of carrot sticks, and then you can eat the carrot sticks afterwards. That's okay. or celery sticks. You don't even have to have a cup of juice or wine. If you have grapes, grapes are fruit of the vine. It's great. Whatever you have is good. If you don't have it, I have it here. No big deal. So we should say our blessings for light, for wine or grapes or whatever, and for challah. So, Nivarech et haor ba'olam, Nivarech et haor ba'adam, Nivarech et haor shel Shabbat. Let us bless the light in the world. Let us bless the light in humanity. Let us bless the light of Shabbat. And we'll pretend that these are candles that are really lit, because you can see, they're white, and then they have the little yellow tips to pretend like they're on fire. I won't actually light these on fire, though. Not safe. And then we have fake wine, but if you have grapes, you can use grapes. If you have watermelon, hey, here's something. If you've got watermelon around, although it's not watermelon season right now, really, if you have watermelon around, watermelons grow on vines. If you have pumpkin around, pumpkins grow on vines. Lots of stuff grows on vines. Nivarech et yotzrei pri hagafen. Let us bless those who make the fruit of the vine. And then we have our little tiny loaves of fake challah. Or maybe you have crackers or bread. Or, I don't know, there's lots of stuff that you could have that counts as bread. Cookies don't count as bread. I know, bummer, right? Cakes don't count as bread. But bread counts as bread, right? Crackers count as bread. You've got lots of options. Maybe even your Ritz crackers count as bread. If you got Ritz with cheese on them or something, that can count too, probably. Peanut butter crackers. And we say, Nivarech et hamotziim lechem min haaretz. Let us bless those who bring forth bread from the earth. Okay, so let's see. We did candles and challah and wine, or whatever we used instead. We talked about Hanukkah. We had a Hanukkah book. We sang a Shabbat song. We sang a hello song. We probably have to say a goodbye song now, right? Because we're getting close to time to finish up. So let's see. What song should we sing? We got a lot of choices. A lot of times we seem to end with Od Yavo Shalom, but I know that we sing that one a lot. So, maybe what we'll do this time is we'll just end with Haida. So, we've done Haida before, maybe once or twice. Maybe not on Shabbat. And Haida is a nigun. A nigun is just a song without words. And Haida is one of those ones that can go fast, can go slow, whatever. So, if you decide you want to jump around to Haida, you can. If you don't want to, that's okay too. Haida, 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 Haida. Haida, 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 I feel like we're going too slow. Let's see if we can go a little faster with Haida. Haida, 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 Let's see if we can go really fast. Ready? Haida, 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 haida. I feel like we should slow down just a little bit before we finish. Let's slow down just a little bit. Haida, 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 haida. Thanks for joining me for some Shabbat and a little bit of Hanukkah in advance. We'll keep talking about Hanukkah over the next few weeks because Hanukkah's coming up, and it's a good time to, learn about Hanukkah before Hanukkah starts. So I hope I'll see you again soon, and I hope that you have a good Shabbat and a